Good evening, everybody. Who wants what could perhaps be some of the easiest inspiration to collect?
Doug, you said?
Oh, shit.
I heard you call me from afar. So,
I said
um,
easy, and your ears flicked.
oh, in so many ways. Um, the context
I
here
love
is
you,
very
baby.
important. So Zashel finished the deal with Oberon, and I want to say got a dragon fang out of it.
hmm
Then there were some
And
minor
a human
conversations.
tooth.
Sorry?
I said, and a human tooth. One dragon tooth
Oh,
and
yeah.
one human tooth. Which,
I'm
Gross.
so sorry. These are real magic items. I didn't make this up. I'm sorry. Continue.
I know Yap's going to start working with Lucky to get stories. And Krellick is doing 4D chess while the rest of us are just waiting in the sideline.
40 dragon chess.
Dragon chess, yes, thank you. Of which he's never played before unless he was drunk on a ship. Then we set out for Granny Nightshade. We fought this other group first, and then we found Granny, and a surprising amount of great teamwork on everyone's behalf. We took her down pretty easily, and that's where we are now.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I
I
will.
stretched it out easy.
Say again?
I said I stretched it out because it was so easy. I'm trying to earn my inspiration.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. All right. Yeah, you guys did phenomenally. There was a lot of layered efforts put in over and over. I was very impressed with you. And that was actually one of the reasons that I was like, we're just going to keep playing till this battle ends because you guys were just on a roll. I was very pleased. But yes, you remain within the Hag's Great Lair in a bubble of silence, some of you drifting in. At this point, she has been cuffed, restrained, silenced, and then killed.
I believe beheaded, if I'm to recall.
Yes. Yes. And
On the head.
there. Oh, gentle repose on the head.
Oh, I already did it last time. Okay. I was about to say, I thought I marked the spell slot off. I did.
Yeah, okay. And silence has been lifted, so now you are all alone in this place.
Is if I recall, the session ended with like Yop, like some of us are under the fly spell, and Yop is flying up. Is this correct?
That is correct, and I gave you the thumbs up sign to try and get you to fly with me.
Yeah. Okay. I will fly up with you to. I don't know how high this place is. I mean, I'm real big. We could probably break through the ceiling if you wanted.
No, I'm just, I'm thinking 20, 30 feet. Like, I've never done that before. That sounds fun.
All right, the two of you zoom around the lair. It sounds like.
I'll fly up with Yop, and like speaking to her until like we can hear each other.
Oh my god, I can't believe it.
That was amazing. That was so amazing. Yup.
Yes, Craig?
I've never been more attracted to you than right now.
Oh my goodness gracious, Craig. I don't know what to say. Are you sure it's not the lust of the battle that has grabbed you?
That's not the only lust that's grabbed me.
Oh my goodness gracious, Craig. I don't know. Everyone's here. They could probably hear us. I don't know if this is appropriate. Oh my goodness.
There is a form.
Don't cram your form.
What do you say you take off that helmet of yours?
Oh, well, I'll have to get my wrench out, but absolutely. I will reach into one of the pockets on the front of my apron and frantically start working the bolts off of my helm of underwater action.
As you're doing that, I ask you, did you bring your big magic today?
I brought all the magic I've got, Krillic.
That's my girl.
Come here, you big lug.
The rest of us standing in horror, just looking up.
Yeah, does someone know the darkness spell, please?
You want to cast blindness on you?
Blindness.
This is beautiful.
Blindness and indefinite.
I'm gonna reach out and put blindness on Vicaris.
I'm in you, you know? I grab a hold of you, our
hate
beaks
that.
are clacking.
I hate that. I hate
Did not like that. Nope.
Jesus.
No, dip me, you fool.
I think we tumble in the air.
Right.
I'd like to think there's like soft pink and yellow orbs of light floating around Yop and Krellic as they're doing that.
Best use of the fly spell ever.
Asking you shall receive. I cast Fairy Fire on Krellic and myself.
I think Lauren cast Dancing Lights too.
Nice.
On the wings of blood.
And that session, everybody. Good night. Love you.
Hey, we complete the campaign, yes!
Game's over.
Can't not imagine the fucking videos of tortoises just.
Oh my god, Cody! No! Cody, why?
Okay, but I'm debating if I want to play a song for that.
Can you feel the love tonight?
I can't move on. I'm stuck here. My brain is evaporated.
Hit it, Vicaris. I said hit it, Vicaris.
The cars reluctantly plays.
Jesus Christ.
Oh my god, can I roll performance?
Yeah, dog.
I hope it's fucking terrible.
I hope so too, but it's probably not gonna be.
It's just a fucking recorder solo of like my heart will go on.
God damn it.
22.
Even when you want to do bad, you do good.
I can't narrate a fucking moment of this.
Oh, don't mind if I do. Well,
Not-
anyways.
I'm not convinced this isn't like a dream sequence that's happening right now. I don't know if this is canon.
This
Mind-
is real.
The mind
Cody.
revolts.
Cody, imagine my hands on your shoulders as I look you
No.
in the eyes and I say, "No, buddy, this is real as
I
hell."
think this is a dream sequence. I don't know. It might be Granny Nightshade's dying like thought as the last like neurons flicker in her brain as lights go out.
Like, so much of this is totally fine. It's really the fact that it's turtle faces that's
Yeah.
really bugging my brain.
You don't.
Look how happy Krellic's token looks. Though.
Yeah.
Look at that token and tell me he
I-
doesn't deserve
I have
happiness.
never been more tempted to make the noise, but I'm not gonna do it.
Please,
don't
for the
like-
love of God, do not.
You don't like to think about the sound of those beaks clicking together.
So I guess they're fucking in the air. So they're just gonna do that. I guess we'll just
How
carry on.
dare you? I am a lady.
Okay, so they're love making in the sky. Is that
We're just sharing a passionate kiss as we fly to celebrate our
Uh-huh.
victory.
Yeah.
on the wings of love?
I'm playing so loud we can't hear anything that's happening.
I'm gonna go and just cast detect magic and start looking around for stuff.
Get out.
I'm just gonna look around. There.
I don't even remember what's here. Fuck.
Just
All
gonna
right.
look around.
Completely
Around.
nonplussed, Zashel would like to start helping people out of cages, because I believe as we discussed last time, Nightshade had
Yeah.
prisoners here.
They're like all manner of beasties and
I think some of them are not prisoners. I think some of them are like creatures that she
more
keeps. You know.
experiments.
Yes, experimental creatures and life forms of different sorts and in various stages of mortality currently.
She's got a regular island of Dr. Moreau going on here.
Yes, but I
Yeah.
assume some of them can possibly communicate with us.
I'm gonna say probably not terribly effectively, even with the ear
Okay.
cuff. Yeah.
Then they can.
Just for the sake of simplicity.
Yeah, they can just stay in cages, and I'll leave that to our escort to deal with,
Okay.
or somebody from Astrazalian or something can deal with it.
Okay.
Hey, these are fey creatures. That's outside my pay grade.
There is those who have detect magic. Looks like Noel at least. I'm assuming Zashel probably.
Yeah.
The
Well,
cauldron.
no, I can't. If I do, 2 turtles will fall out of the sky.
Oh my god.
So no,
Love will keep us aloft. Don't worry.
What a great
I
contract.
I don't think it will, Krellick. But
Okay, we
we can
Oh,
test
I'm
that
just-
if you really want.
I just flashed back to when Sean said I'm inside you. I just
That was.
I didn't mean like that exactly.
I know you did,
No.
but like you still said those
But
words,
you
my
did
dude.
say it, and it was hateful.
Words were said with your mouth.
Okay. Oh god.
Thank God we are here. This whole thing is a boosh, just like 15 minutes of wretched content.
It's not all wretched. It's just
It is a beautiful moment
it's
for our
it's a
turtles.
great and well-deserved moment with just an
The last
accompanying
two-
noise that is just shudder-inducing.
It's the last two of their
Um,
species.
I thought about getting like some wood blocks to click together by the microphone.
Jesus
God.
Christ!
Great.
Oh,
I'm glad
Oh,
you've been
wow.
scheming about how to make this as terrible as
yeah.
possible.
You know what could have made it better? Foley work.
See, this moment is beautiful. It's just
It's beautiful.
how the players are portraying it is a little bit.
It's just we're the problem. We're the problem.
Yeah, no, like everybody's fine in character. You guys have your moment in the sky. We'll do adult stuff.
Yeah.
No, they're doing adult stuff.
Cody?
We're not.
No, you forget Cody. To him, adult stuff is going through the stuff on the
Adult
floor.
Stuff is just doing stuff. Stuff we gotta get done.
Shit. Hey, all right. Hey, bud. Okay. So here, magic. There's low level permeating magic throughout the structure. Of course, there's some divination markings around. The cauldron itself is infused with something. You saw it moving at one point, I believe. You find a shelf with little figures, little dolls that are all made to look like each one of you, sitting on a shelf in a row. Let's see, there is a leather satchel with a skull stitched into it that glows with necrotic power. And then there is some miscellaneous jewels, coins, gems, and treasures that all likely have value but no magical property.
So the satchel and the little voodoo dolls are the main magical things. That and the cauldron.
And the cauldron, yeah.
Can I roll an Arcana check on the cauldron to see what level of spell this thing is working with?
Yeah.
I guess not literally what level of spell, but
Mm-hmm.
it's distracting in here.
there's the closer you move to the center of the room, the louder the noises get. It looks like it's possibly more appropriately a magic item.
I'll look at Satchel and say, do we want to try to ruin it?
The cauldron? No, I think perhaps we should bag what we can for now to take a look at later. I'm hesitant to just outright destroy the dolls without knowing exactly what they are.
Yes, but the cauldron.
I'm sure Krellick is strong enough to bring it with us.
You want to bring it with us? Nolik looks at the goop.
Well, I mean, the goop is now outside of the cauldron, so I don't really see the issue there. If we are able to figure out exactly what it does, we can figure out if it is something that needs to be destroyed, or if it's what, or possibly how to destroy it as well.
Very well. I was going to attempt to dispel whatever property is on it.
That's probably not a bad idea.
I do not know if we will be able to put the enchantment back into it.
Oh, you were going to do that now? No, I mean, we can, but it's... I suspect, like most things here, it's not the item itself, but rather how she was using it that was the issue. So, if we just, see what it does, see what we can do with it or get for it, then, maybe we can... I don't know, curry an extra bit of favor, or perhaps sell it or use it. Maybe we won't know until we know what it does, I think is the point.
I'll look over to Vicaris. I have loot.
Makaris either goes over with his bag, holds it open.
Noel will hold the rest out except for the sack with the skull on it that he looks at. I do not know what this does.
Well, usually that's Yop's department.
She is busy. I will keep this for now.
Yeah, I figured I figured we would figure out what everything is and everything does when we are out of this place, because I mean, and he just sort of gestures around.
Do we have
You all hear incredibly loud footsteps, very large, slow footsteps outside.
We should not forget that our escort is still here fighting guarding outside. So whatever we're going to do, we should do it quickly. Which is why I urge to just grab what we can. We'll bother our companions in just a second.
I will go and assist our escort.
Do you go outside?
I'll at least get to where I can see outside. Yeah.
There is still like some fighting happening, but they are waiting for all of you. They're keeping things from the doorway. So as soon as you are all ready to leave, they're going to try to clear a path rather than actually be able to entirely stop the
The onslaught.
incoming creatures.
Okay. I will speak into the silver rings that we have, the sending rings. Yop, I'm sorry to disturb the two of you, but we need to move quickly before we are overrun. Please tell Kralik we would like to try to grab this cauldron. If he can carry it, I will do my best to allow us to continue to fly as long as we can, so that we can...
Certainly, Kralik's moving as quickly as he can. I get your meaning. I'm sorry. We'll be down in no time. And I will turn to Kralik. Now, this has been lovely, but I think it may be time to go, and I do have to bring Betty back.
Okay. We'll pick this up later.
I will land. I'm still big for quite a number of minutes. Well, it lasts for 10 minutes. I don't know how much time has elapsed.
I don't know either.
He makes me feel so dainty.
I thought Giant Might was only a minute. The rune is 10 minutes.
Oh, the rune is 10 minutes. Yeah, the big is a minute. You're right. You're right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry.
No, you. Like, I had that same thought, but I didn't like. I had that same thought because I remember it only being the minute. But brain is not. Okay.
I will.
Oh, I've got to do this. Hold on.
I'll attempt to grab the cauldron and drag it around.
I will help.
It evades you and begins climbing down off the pedestal and walking around.
Oh, I'd like tackle it. I try to tackle this thing.
Great, make an athletics check.
You got it. I'm not raging. Pull that off. That would be correct. That's 19.
Great. You jump into it and it begins walking around.
I
Turn
attempt to steer it to like grab it and like kind of lean to the left to see if I can actually direct it.
You do so and it tips over onto its side, spilling you out, and its little legs start flailing.
Okay, that's just about enough of that.
We need to go.
Okay, it lifts into the air.
Yeah, it just hovers about 5 feet. Kralik, you could probably grab it now.
Yeah.
I'll grab it by the the rim underneath, so its legs are up in the air, and just hold it. I'll sling my shield on my back and then just hold it above me.
Anything else getting snagged?
Did anybody either take or alert Yop to the fact that there are these voodoo dolls?
I think they all went in the bag.
Yeah,
Okay,
ours
great.
has all the stuff besides the potentially extraplanar bag.
Great. Then I will bring Betty back, kiss her on the forehead, and just say, I knew you'd do so good.
How long does that take?
It's an action if she's died.
Great. Okay. You all ready to leave?
Did someone take that the necromancy bag, or is that being left?
I have it currently.
Okay, cool. It sounds like we got everything, unless someone wants a trinket or something. I'll take one of these skulls. That's on. That was around the cauldron. I'll just take one.
All right. Vicaris picks up a thumb screw, and y'all ready to go?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The escort does their best
We,
then
we
to
obviously
provide.
grab the head, right? We grab the head. Of course
Yes.
we
Yeah.
grab the head. Okay.
To provide passage back away from this rotted fortress. And as you are all headed away, the longer you go, you still hear the sound of those footsteps. And it is. Has anyone happened to look in the direction they are coming, or is everyone just focused and moving?
While I am flying, since my flying speed, and I'm not trying to finagle a cauldron or a Betty, I will try to keep an eye out all around us because I can do that without having to dash or anything.
Yes. That being the case, it's not hard to see. This is just depending on how you guys were choosing to move. There is another building that you can see above the trees. It is shabby in its construction. It has broken windows. It has a porch that is falling from the threshold of the door, and it shakes and creaks as it walks on very tall, snobby chicken legs over the earth, stepping very deliberately in the direction of Nightshade's lair.
I will fly over to our escort. We are being chased by a building.
By Baba Yaga's hut, yes. Hurry along.
Okay, well, that answered my next question then.
You want me to
And
just
I
like
will hurry along.
break its legs?
There is an incredulous look, and you are told that you would not be able to do so.
You're right.
Probably better to get this cauldron out of here, Krolik.
Noel would try to help Kralik unless Kralik waves him off. Just
With
to
the
move
cauldron?
faster. Yeah, just to move faster.
How much does the cauldron weigh?
That's a good question. It's under 500 pounds at least. It's
Then
quite
it
big.
is-
It's
it
not as
is-
big as it is on the map, but
Okay. It is easily for me to lift that.
it's also levitating.
It
For a
is,
minute.
but once that goes away, like it is still
Yeah.
easy for me to lift it.
Okay. And as you are led through the Fey Dark, with your escorts keeping a close watch on the path around you and firing into the darkness on occasion, there is a sudden and very loud crunch and faltering, a crashing noise, as if someone has suddenly swung a wrecking ball through a building, and there is behind you, you no longer see that hut above the tree line.
Dasha will ask the guard, do I want to inquire as to what just... No, just keep flying? Okay.
Okay. And the farther you go from the Fey Dark, it is quite tiring. Do you all plan on taking a rest now, or would you like to continue moving?
Are
mean,
we
we pushed
safe
through-
from...
We've already pushed through once
Mhm.
on our way to Baba Yaga, or Baba Yaga's, Granny Nightshades.
And you are not necessarily safe now, but if there is a means you have to make yourselves comfortable or safe, you know.
There definitely is not. One of these days, I will get the tiny hut ritual, but today is not that day.
Let's push on. Get out of this place.
I agree. I mean, I know we've been up for a considerable amount of time, and our escort is almost certainly tired, but and looking specifically to the escort, if you all are ready to press on back to our extraction point, I am confident that we are all ready to do the same.
Great. Then I need Constitution saves from everybody.
Also, Noel, just to double check, your mass cure wounds was for the escorts, not us.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
Constitution saving throw. Zashel will be the one to fail. Nope, 17.
Con save. Ooh.
Okay. It has been a very long period of wakefulness for all of you. Unidentifiable night just stretching on, and as the trees begin to thicken the farther you go into the forests away from the mountains. And finally, there is, almost cut like a curtain, the dawn of, or perhaps the dusk of, a city far away that just barely provides light and color to your horizon. And finally, you are at a point where the escort can call upon the hidden, the hidden circles that you know exist, having seen one before at least, to be able to take you back to the city itself. Having stayed up for a very, very long time at this point, you all return to the portal chambers, the teleportation chambers within Astrazalion. With some soldiers who have fallen, but not many, and some who have been able to be brought back, potentially to be revived, and without a death amongst the lot of you. Congratulations.
Good job, well done. Well done.
Very well done, everybody. I'm hoping... Wait, I can ask. Bishop?
Bishop walks in through the door.
Do we still have rooms available for use?
Naturally.
Excellent. We are definitely going to need them. Also, we brought you a... Well, I suppose we should... You know what, I'll get back to you tomorrow.
Very well.
Perhaps we can, Yop, if you are still awake enough, or if you'd rather wait until we've all rested, identify these things, figure out what we can leave to the authorities here, and then wrap up our business here.
Well, unless Bishop is able to identify these items, it will have to wait until tomorrow.
I remember.
What items might these be?
No, will wordlessly hold out the bag with the skull on it.
Zashel will point at the massive cauldron that Krellick is carrying.
His head tilts only slightly to the cauldron, but he takes a very... His expression kind of turns from the placid pleasantry to revulsion, and he steps dramatically back from the bag, and then says with some trepidation, "That is a walking cauldron. It is a tool that anyone with the known command word can control. It simply walks around, can carry things. Sometimes they have a bit of a personality, but otherwise it's simply a cauldron. As for that, and his head bows slightly in the direction of you, Noel, that is a soul bag, and within it might be the stolen souls of any of the hag's victims.
Captured souls.
Noel's like whole expression immediately changes to one of like incredibly like violent rage as he like throws the bag onto the floor.
Oh, fuck, that's a lot of paperwork.
Bishop, do you know how to destroy this?
If it is empty, it should be no more powerful than an ordinary leather satchel.
If
It
not,
is. Then I should find someone who should destroy it. The power it has is merely directly linked to the creator. While it remains closed, however, whatever is inside remains inside.
I mean, why do we want to destroy it? Seems like a waste of good souls.
If my understanding is correct, there are a good number of souls trapped in there who would otherwise be on their way somewhere else. Do I understand that correct?
Yes, creatures that might have been taken out of reincarnative cycles, or else have been promised rest elsewhere and are being held captive.
Or who perhaps have had family attempt to bring them back and have been unable to reach them.
I vote to open the bag.
You do?
No, that's Noel says I vote to open the bag.
Oh, okay.
If you mean you vote to release the souls, then I mean, we can take a vote, but I don't think that will be necessary.
If you would prefer to wait until we have rested, in case of danger.
We are in a fairly secure fortress, so I am not strictly concerned, but...
Noel points at the bag on the floor. This is abomination.
As
I
all hags
agree.
are.
I worry I'm not making my point. I agree with you completely. That needs to be opened and the souls inside released.
Away from the palace, at least.
Okay.
You would have like all them ghosts get inside you. I had a ghost inside me once.
Master Scrivener, would you prefer that I take it off of your hands?
That's sort of what I was getting at, yeah. I mean, I'm not Master Scrivener.
To ensure.
Sorry, what'd you say, Cody?
Noel said he'll carry it to ensure.
Very well. If you would like, we should take this without the walls immediately.
We are hurt and tired.
You wish to have this in your possession for longer.
I will incur this risk then. any else that wish to may accompany us.
Sorry, I could
If
barely hear you, Cody.
Hang on. There, should be slightly louder. Yeah, no one will say, I will incur this risk.
I don't see any reason that you would need to deal with this alone. Just give us an hour or so at least. It's been several days without rest. Or what feels like several days without rest. It's hard to tell.
Mm-hmm. That is true.
I imagine for a soul, the passage of time is somewhat arbitrary anyway. A few more of our hours will not matter. I hope.
Very well. Summon me when you are prepared. And he deliberately vanishes.
Maybe there's like a way to like, I don't know, like a magic mirror to like, when the soul's released, it can go into, and then you can like talk to them.
Why would we need to do that? I don't understand.
Well, I don't know. I'm just putting ideas out in the world.
Oh,
I got a lot of ideas.
no, that's fair. I just didn't know if you had a specific reasoning.
No.
Okay. All right, well, our chambers should be ready if we would like to rest for a little while, and then we can decide whether we want to stay here or make our way back to the material plane for a more comprehensive rest.
I think we stay here, rest up a little bit, right? And then, I mean, job's done, so, you know, we finish our business up, and then, you know, we got shit to do.
We do, including a bounty on that head to collect. So,
All right. Who's got rope? I need to tie this cauldron up, or else it's gonna get skittering around.
can't you just turn it over and leave its feet in the air? Or
Well, yeah, but you think that's gonna keep it?
fair point.
Let
Go
me
on.
let me see what Betty's getting in. I'll go digging in Betty's mouth. Oh, there's a big clave in here. Oh, here we go. Here's some rope.
I'll just find something that I can like I tie the rope around the cauldron and then tie it to something heavy and sturdy, you know, in the room.
Oh, you're leaving it here.
Well, we're resting here, so yeah.
Oh, you have gone back to your room. Okay.
Yeah, we appeared in a teleportation circle, not our chambers.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna put it in our chambers. It's ours, so I'm not gonna leave it out in the middle.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah. Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, not a problem. It kind of just begins walking in circles around the pillar that it is tied to.
Sick.
For this hour that we rest, Noel is going to set the bag down, like arm's length away on the ground, and then just watch it. Doesn't want anybody else to touch it.
Okay, sounds like you guys are taking a short rest. Is that right?
Only a short one? I could sleep for a lot longer. No?
I think that's a good idea, so we don't have to make con checks anymore.
The bed looks really nice and soft.
Yeah, no, if you want to stay up, that's your business. I think the rest of us has been up for quite a while.
Oh no, if we only need, to sleep for an hour or so, then it's fine.
Rest, rest, Null. I will keep an eye on the bag in the meantime. I do not require sleep.
Yeah, Noel pauses for like a long beat, and then kind of just puts his back up against one of the walls, staring at it. Slowly closes his eyes.
Okay, is this a long rest then?
I
Yes.
believe so.
I have been convinced, yes.
All right. Then mark in chat when you guys have completed your long rest.
Actually, now wait. It'll be better if I wait, even though it's less likely to work.
I do have this now. So everybody will get 10 temporary hit points at the end of this rest.
Sick.
Sick. After
By
After-
everybody, I mean players, because I don't
Mhm.
have enough to get Lucky also. I would give Lucky my 10 hit points if I could. But I can't, because this is not Inspiring Leader.
after a nice scrub to get the battle and the road off me.
The witch gunk.
The witch goo, the witch gore. I'll knock on Yop's chamber door and just say,
Hey, it's me. You, fancy a bit of company?
Oh, well, certainly. Come on in. I will open the door.
I'll come in and say,
It's been a long couple of days. I figure, we need to get some rest and all that. I mean what I said back there. I like to kind of see where this goes, but maybe we can just sleep on it.
I think that sounds like a fine idea. And
Yeah.
I close the door with Krellick in the room.
Okay. Sounds like long rest is done. Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. And then when?
Thing. When I wake up, I'm going to do the ritual and cast this.
Okay. What does that look like?
Yeah. No,
Do
basically.
you have the components?
Yeah.
All right. Continue.
Yeah. Noel is going to essentially like draw a circle made out of ash on the floor. Essentially go through slowly and sprinkle some like bone powder along the length of it. He's gonna get his little like incense brazier that he uses for burning paperwork, and put essentially a like little contract that he writes out that has the question on it into the fire. And I'm going to pray with either whoever will answer me in the bureaucracy to ask essentially I don't think you can get Jurgle, but there's probably a scribe that'll answer my question, which is if the souls are released will you be prepared to do the paperwork to move them to the next place?
Yes.
Okay. It's functioning both as a warning and as a,
Hmm.
okay. Got it.
Yeah. Unquestionably, that is answered with a yes.
Yeah, it's both the answer to like ask the question and also to formally make them aware that a potentially huge amount of souls are about to get entered into circulation.
Yeah, a courtesy call.
Yeah. Okay, now I am prepared. Noel
Alright.
will basically studiously clean up after himself. Make sure there's no ash left on the floor.
And then call Bishop.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And he reappears for you. Prepared?
I am, yes.
Should there
Whoever
be any?
wishes to accompany me can do so.
I will accompany you if you don't mind.
Mm-hmm.
Very well. Follow me. And he takes you out into the hallways and then begins walking towards one of the flat stone walls of in the passage.
Mhm.
And immediately upon his approach, when he is within 1 foot of it, it opens as if parted like a curtain, and he steps into darkness. And following him, there is what feels like the heavy velvet curtains pressing against you. Kind of see deep dark colors catching light occasionally, um, as and then suddenly you are out in the open, um, and within the city, but outside the palace. And then he looks at you expectantly, Noel.
Yeah, I will look to Zashel and nod. Are you ready?
Yes, I don't know exactly what is required of me.
Noel will pick up the bag, and basically facing out away from him, open it.
All right. One by one, spirits like ghosts that you have seen before drift outward. Some very, very young. In fact, many very young children that pass, and some older individuals, creatures, fey creatures of various kinds, make their way through. This is becomes somewhat a process. Uh, Bishop is unusually fidgety, and his brow is pressed. He seems quite upset.
Quick
Um,
thing,
mhm.
just because I think it'd be interesting. It probably won't work, but I am going to try to seeing, especially a lot of children coming out. I'm going to try to use divine intervention to make this process easier for the souls in here, or as easy as it possibly can.
All right.
So I essentially roll 1d100, and if I get, I think, a 10 or lower,
Mhm.
then it'll work.
Mm-hmm.
Oh!
Hell yeah.
Oh!
Oh, apparently you did get a hold of
Yeah.
Jurgle.
This is a case where Noel is not. There is no spell here. There's no written contract in the air. Noel is straight up just asking. Direct line of communication.
And there is a bit of a darkness that begins to collect around you, Noel, that is immediately cold to Zashel and Bishop, but is familiar to you. The deep, dark catacombs and the place of home that you know. This is familiar sensation. As the shadow kind of guides itself over your fingers and causes there to be tension within your muscles and forces your hands to rip the bag in half and pull it apart at its seams as the spirits are freed and do not linger.
Yeah, I think all as it like finishes and they all start to go away, and like darkness starts to slowly bleed away. Very visibly, all of the tension Noel was like building, kind of seeps out of him, and he just drops the pieces of the bag onto the ground.
Bishop is trembling beside you, but looks all similarly relieved.
I will like on one of my arms, essentially write out in Celestial, like essentially just thank you. Not expecting a response at all. This is more than enough.
Hmm. Well
Yeah, I
done.
think after a beat, like Noel kind of sags a little bit, like his arms kind of shaking.
Do you wish to be returned to the palace?
Mhm.
A moment.
Yes, please.
Or
He steps away, and a minute or two later, there is a carriage with him inside of it. He opens the door for you and assists you inside.
for good measure, while we are waiting for that, Zashel will
Mhm.
burn the 2 parts of the bag, just for good measure.
Okay.
Thank you.
This is all you. I was merely a spectator here.
It was not me.
Your efforts, your request.
Yeah, Noel sits down very heavily into the carriage. Kind of puts his head back and closes his eyes.
I imagine a very silent carriage ride back to the palace.
Yeah, unless asked any questions or anything, Noel isn't. No, no hiding
Nope.
napping.
Not saying no word.
No. All right then. And it is a surprisingly lengthy route back to the castle. But when you arrive, Bishop takes you back to the. Sorry. Takes you back to the room with everyone else and excuses himself, saying that he will be available should you need him.
Before he goes, I am gonna step forward and give him one of my tier 3 packets. This one says, like, yes, I, Noel Scrivener, am informing you that I sometimes find myself overcome by melancholy at the sight of a sunrise.
Oh. He reads it, um, and folds it up and tucks it into his robes. Nods to you.
Yeah, nods wordlessly. Noel knows that was not comfortable for him.
All right, you are all back together. What would you like to do?
I am going to take 11 minutes and cast Identify on our friendly walking cauldron. See if I can't find out how to command this thing.
Okay. As part of Identify, I think you do learn the command words. It's a phrase in Druidic. As far as I think I've got the actual. I think I actually made a sheet for this thing. Let's find out. Oh, I did. Look at me.
Like a real DM.
Almost like a real DM.
That's pretty sick.
Yeah. Yeah. Who would like to be in charge of this cauldron?
How does it know its master?
It's whoever speaks its command word.
Okay.
Seeing as how I am now the expert in turning inanimate things animate, I guess I might be a likely candidate. Oh wait, I don't know who I am today. Let me roll. Yep, I was right.
Wonderful. Well, let's get out of earshot so that I can tell you the word, but it won't mistake me for being in charge. And I will do exactly that. Give him the command word.
Hmm.
Do you also have a moment to go over
Mhm.
the other items we found and these teeth?
Oh, certainly. And I will take the time to do that for the teeth. And I guess the only other thing are the dolls. Is that
Mm.
correct?
Yeah, those should probably go first. I don't like that there's one for each of us. That's
There's actually not really one for Zashel.
Do they
Oh.
look like us?
oh dear.
Uh-huh. They are all made of like organic materials. Like the turtles look like they have proper turtle shells, but like socks created to look like the head. Each of them
Oh,
are like have like stringy hair. Those who have hair. Lauren has a dead like small squid tied to her head.
I don't know why I find that funny, but I do.
I'm glad you do.
I mean,
look
it is
how-
accurate to her hair, so.
Look how thin this makes my shell look.
Yeah, she got these proportions all wrong.
Yeah,
Well, I mean, if we's all doing magic, I might as well practice. Telly says I should practice.
practice does make perfect.
Yeah.
I'll get my wand out, start practicing magic.
Sorry, Adam. I forgot you were waiting on me. These are divination tools, it would appear. The best you can figure is that it is like a form of scrying.
I will explain that to everyone and then hand everybody their doll.
Lauren will examine it, confused looking, and thank Yop and puts it in the bag. Her bag, I guess.
And oh, sorry.
Like, how does it work? Like, if I hold it, can I see myself? Wait, what am I asking you? I can just do magic.
I speak some words in Draconic and tap it with my wand.
It does not work. It would appear that it requires the input of a spell.
I think something's happening. Wait, no, nothing's happening.
I imagine they're like a focus of some sort.
Yes, Kralik, I believe that was just your stomach grumbling.
I'm hungry.
I'm sure we could get provisions here. Is it perhaps a better idea to destroy them so they don't end up in someone else's use?
I could put
Well,
them in a safe location where nobody can get to them.
I sort of figured that decision was best left to each individual. It's a doll meant to scry on them. I guess, I think everyone should make that choice for themselves.
What if it's got like juju on it that you break it apart and like you break apart?
I pull the arm off mine.
Your arm falls off.
Ah!
Has his arm in fact fallen off?
No.
Okay.
I'm gonna touch my doll and do this, just to see what it does.
I'm gonna say that does not work.
Okay.
It's not cursed.
Worth checking.
Are there any braziers nearby in our rooms or anywhere?
There's a
around?
cauldron.
Yeah, well, I think you could just toss it in that and it's just in there.
I got my little incense brazier. You want to use that?
You think it's gonna burn it up? Is it big enough?
I mean, do you want it to burn it up?
Yeah, I mean, what am I gonna do with this? Besides, I don't want no one looking in on me, my business, my zone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Noel set down his little, like, incense brazier. Be like, here.
Well, I could just set it on fire.
Lot of rock, Vic.
Yeah, mechanically I'm using Firebolt to set it on fire.
Okay, you can burn it.
How you feel, Kralik?
Like a weight's been lifted.
Noel will hold up his. Would you also burn this one?
Sure. And I'll do the same thing.
Okay. A little fire pit roast, a little barbecue, if you will.
Anyone else?
But
Thank you.
I'll toss mine in the pile.
Okay. Anyone keeping theirs, I should say.
Lauren is keeping her in her bag. She thinks it's a pretty gift and she's keeping it in her bag.
I'm definitely going to regret this, but I'm keeping mine in my little secret vault thing for the hordes portion thing.
I think she's still, she might have slept too much because she was sleep deprived and isn't fully awake and think Yop made it and gave it to her as a gift, so she's keeping it.
Nice.
That's a wild way to interpret what has
and we're all
happened.
just burning gifts.
to be fair, Lauren was sort of, in a fugue after the fight.
Yeah.
Was just sort of laying there, solid chance, missed them being collected.
Yeah, she was watching the turtles dance and making pretty lights, and yeah, that was about it. Seeing things around her, not so much, only up.
Say, Zasha, you want to hand me those teeth?
Yes, here.
Oh, thank you. I was just trying to remember what it was. These are what are they called? They're a very fun magic item. I'm going to. Okay. I'm trying to think of how I best want to show this off. I'm going to show it. Tell me, Adam, if that pops up for you.
It does.
Okay.
Let me give this a quick read.
This is like a little bit gnarly.
As long as they don't require me pulling out my own teeth, everything will be fine. Your silence is terrifying.
You can plant these teeth in the ground.
That's not the bad one.
Yeah. Good news is it doesn't require you to pull out a tooth. It does replace a tooth. That's a good way of phrasing it.
Is it?
Huh.
Better way of phrasing it.
That's the thinker.
Thanks, Wizards of the Coast.
Yeah, here's a great sentence. The tooth can't be removed while you're attuned to the teeth.
Okay.
How you doing, Ted? You all right?
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine.
Okay.
Uh-huh. What good does it do? What is the upshoot of having good teeth?
Oh, hold on. I just realized that the version I showed you doesn't have
Of
the
having
important stuff that
a
tells
dragon
you
tooth?
what these teeth do.
I mean,
Yeah.
you ever seen like someone who's got like a sick grill? I mean, it looks totally cool.
Also very handy for corn on the cob.
You might have to close it and...
No, it
yeah.
popped up.
Okay, great.
All right, well, I will share this all with Zashel. Congratulations, I guess.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna share this with everybody, and if you don't want to read it's not particularly gross, but if it skeeves you out, just don't read the description of implanting teeth. But the description of what each individual tooth does is in the tables.
And secret and the claw. Intersection.
Wow.
And you can't voluntarily end your attunement to them. Oh my.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have a slot available.
Me
There's-
either.
There's literally nothing, maybe in the world, that would cause me to drop an item.
Okay, I'm dead. Let's see. This can't be used again. I'm sorry. These are both the implanted. I got it.
The
creature
it doesn't actually say.
Yeah,
The first column is what is summoned when you sew them, and then the second thing.
Okay.
Yes. Wow, I did not do a very good job of making this
Oh.
sheet.
Okay,
Yes.
I understand
yes.
now.
Yes.
Okay.
The second one is so good.
Should we create an undead creature?
Oh,
Skeleton also appears at a random location.
Jesus.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, these are.
Yeah. You start a whole different campaign with the second one. You just make a whole new
That's-
campaign happen.
That's Oberon, baby.
All right. Well, those will go in a pocket.
Hey, here's a question. I didn't really read the item. Can you put the teeth in someone else's mouth?
I don't. You can't force
You
someone
can't-
to attune to an item.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
also,
Can you?
Yes. Can I put them into somebody's mouth? Yes.
Will they attune? No.
Not necessarily. No, I will hold on to those.
I'm so tempted only because I'd love to see Yop with buck teeth. That would be pretty intense.
Mismatched front teeth.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Zashel, as long as we're going over magic items, I've had a lot of time to think and dream some stuff up, and this isn't my best work, but I don't have, all my resources available to me. and I'll pull out a bit of wire that I've twisted into a ring. I've noticed you have some very powerful magics, but not not to put too fine a point on it, but not the most stamina for using them, and so I thought this might be helpful and allow you to cast some additional spells.
You couldn't find a better way to phrase that, Adam. You just
I could have, and I chose not to.
Yeah, that one felt intentional.
yeah, I don't know what I was thinking.
Oh shit.
Yeah, so that's just the spell storing ring. Although, what's the official name of it? Because it's not. The spell refueling ring.
Does that require attunement?
It does.
Oh. Okay.
It's all right. If you don't want it, I can do another one at the long rest tomorrow.
I would not be able to do it right now anyway, because we need to rest, but... thank you. Yep, I will consider that. If we are all prepared, unless anyone has any unless anyone else has any other business, I do have one final conversation to have with Goodfellow, but other than that, if anyone has any other business, when that is all concluded, we can return to the material plane, unless anyone has any real drive to stay here.
I mean, I got a question. I mean, there was like a bunch of valuable shit in that place. I mean, did we get paid or did we not?
What do you mean?
I mean, weren't there like a bunch of gems? Did we get paid?
Did we take the material wealth when we left? Yes, it should be in the bag.
Yeah, how much is it? Did we get paid?
Well, we haven't bartered any of the gems or anything, but if you would like to take that up with the Hordes person, I'm sure we can
Because
at least dispense the
what do you
coin.
think it's all worth?
We are in a place where we could potentially barter and sell any of those items that we might want. This is a fairly sizable market, as I recall.
Can I do a jeweler's check to see the price of all the jewels?
Yeah, I put it in chat. It's 7,754 gold.
So that was the total of all three of those things.
Yeah.
Okay. Then can we hand wave me going to the place and selling them?
Yeah, you can spend time in Astra's Alley and pawning that, yes.
I'll still have to sell these. You'll get your cut, don't worry.
Okay. Just making sure.
Okay, let's take our 10-minute break, and any business you might otherwise have in town or within the palace, we'll wrap up when we get back.
Cool. Adam, I want you to take this the right way. I thought about making out with you all drive home.
I am flattered.
D&D is a great game.
Yeah.
Oh man.
You straight
Yeah, that was
throwing
great. That was
fucking
so
ice.
great. It was so fucking funny.
Oh shit.
Oh my god.
I gotta say, I did not see that coming.
I thought about
I saw
thought
it
about
come
it
in
last
at the
session.
beginning
I
of last session, like the end of last session.
Yeah.
Yep.
yeah, I was
He
like,
thought about it
"Oh,
on the car ride home.
oh, I was like, I think I want to do that. And I thought about it more. I was like, yeah, I think that's the move. Just to see, you know,
I mean,
maybe Yop's into it. We've been dancing around this too long.
Hey, talk about a whole new campaign.
come on, babe. It's you and me. That was weirdly sweet and kind of horrifying. But, like, mostly not horrifying because of like Krellick. It's mainly just like Yop it has strong Mima energy, and Mima can get it. That's fine. Like,
Don't say. You don't have to
No.
say that.
Mima can get it. Like,
I don't
I don't.
need to hear all of this. I'm sorry.
We can all be
you
aware
don't
that
need-
this
you
is
don't
true
need to
without
shame-
needing to
you don't
vocalize
need to
it.
shame Mimas.
I'm shaming
I
you,
never-
Cody.
I'm
Cody, I'm shaming
yeah.
you.
Yeah,
Don't
we're
shame
shaming
me.
you.
I'm standing up for Mimas.
There's nothing
yeah, and
wrong
I'll
with
throw
that. But
rocks.
you don't want to think about that. It's not something I need in my head.
As I wave my finger, Yop is a strong, independent woman.
That was the first divine intervention I've ever used in or out of character.
That was super cool, man.
Ever.
Super cool.
Yeah.
I knew I was gonna do it because, like, in general, but then when a bunch of kid souls were coming out of there, that was like, okay, this is number one isn't going fast enough, and number two is not going to be pleasant. I need a direct, like, line to the boss to get this shit done quickly.
You need an express pass.
Yeah, like this. They need to be moved to wherever they're gonna go, like right now. No more suffering. We've had it's enough.
Yeah, a pneumatic tube, like directly
A
comes from the
vacuum.
sky. Yeah, a
Yeah.
vacuum comes from the sky down to you.
It's like essentially just the amount, like a bunch of children's souls shoved in a bag. Just make this as quick as possible. Get them onto wherever it is they're going.
I almost asked at the time, but I wasn't sure, like, the actual visual effect of the souls. We saw the bodies of some of the children that were taken from Saltmarsh. We would know what they look like. Like, did it appear that any of those souls would have been those specific children?
I'm gonna say it would have been hard to tell, particularly after the divine intervention just expedited the process very, very intensely.
Fair enough.
Yeah, they could have been, like spirit energy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I didn't ask at the time, because I was like, these could be souls that are just like, a white glowing indeterminate haze, not like, oh hey, there's Bill.
Yeah.
Right.
I
Man,
mean,
Bill, well, no wonder we couldn't get you back.
I suppose
that-
we could
That shithead owes me money.
tell some of. The only problem is by doing what I did there, those souls will not be able to be resurrected.
I mean, they will, because the souls have to be in their respective afterlives to be resurrected. to
That
begin
is
with.
fair.
That is the whole point of, like, the soul bags
Yeah.
or hellfire weapons, is they prevent the soul from going to its normal destination. So, like, the soul
True,
bag
I
will
guess-
capture them. There's a dagger that captures them, and then hellfire
Fair
weapons
enough. Yeah.
immediately send you to the sticks.
That particular part, I guess, is out of the purview of either Jerkle or myself. Like, once they're wherever they go, it's kind of not his business anymore.
Yeah. Although, like, I don't know how exactly it works all the time, because this is all like stuff that like the DM and the player can all decide. But I remember playing in like older editions, and like the clerics would often like send people's souls to their god, like to enhance their god's power. Right. So it's like, yeah, you in your life you might have believed in all sorts of stuff, but you know what? You belong to me now. You belong to my god now, and you have an afterlife. But
Yeah.
you're with them.
I mean, luckily in this case, even if I was doing, which I actually am doing, that is sending these souls directly to my god. But my god is fundamentally a neutral arbiter, anyway.
Yeah.
Like
the
middleman, the
yeah, like
bureaucrat.
some gods are middlemen. Yeah.
But yeah, that is, I guess, essentially what I did. Like, I had him come down and directly take them.
I imagine that, like, especially for the Fey soul, especially for the, like, Eladrin souls, who they don't go. Well, I mean, they do technically go to an afterlife, but they don't stay there.
Yeah.
They would. Yeah. Good luck holding on to those, because Corellin will show up, and they will kick the shit out of you, because they're, Corellin, and that means they break the rules.
Like, I'm imagining those souls when they die just get like an eye roll from Jurgle, who's just like, fine, just go. Yeah, we don't take these ones. These ones.
I bet it's like having Jurgle forcing them to sign an AMA. Like, hey, you're supposed to be here, but like, I can't keep you here.
Yeah. Like, it's pretty annoying to me that you don't, pass on to a resting place, but there are contracts as to why I cannot take you.
Just sign this paper saying you understand.
Yeah. I did my fiduciary duty.
What was the verdict on We Summon the Darkness?
Fuck, dude, that movie ripped.
Oh, nice. Very
That
good.
movie kicked ass. We all loved it.
Very good.
Yeah.
I'm happy to hear that. I'm sure Mark will be happy to hear it.
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
it was a good movie.
It was a great movie. We all thoroughly enjoyed every little bitty twist that came up.
Nice. The only behind the scenes thing that I can remember him telling me was that Johnny Knoxville was only available to shoot for one day, right? he showed up hammered, right? And despite the fact that there was no alcohol on set, he remained hammered the entire time he was there.
Eat the oatmeal cookie.
I believe you've also said in that same vein that like he was dropped off and then had to be like put in his cab and driven off afterward.
Yeah.
Like,
it's not like he drove himself there. No. Like his handlers literally drove him up and like pushed him out of the car. And he just stumbled onto set, was like, "Well, what do I do?"
Tend to be a preacher for 20 minutes and then you can go home.
All right, check.
And
Got
shoot
it.
a guy.
Yeah, that's definitely like, I like horror, but I'm very squeamish. But I had a very good time watching that film.
Nice. Yeah, I think it's a fun movie. There's a neat little twist in there too, which is fun.
Yeah, I enjoyed the layers to it. One of which isn't a spoiler, is simply like the gag of like the victimized white woman.
Right.
Right at the end, very good.
Yeah, much to my and most of his college friends' surprise, turns out he knows what he's doing.
Yeah, it was a good movie. We all loved it. Oliver actually finished it. He had to go like halfway through, and didn't want to
he
come back
actually
in.
messaged me
recommend it.
about it when he finished it.
Yes, I was just gonna say he was like giving me a bit of a live play as he was going through, and he's like, "Oh fuck, this movie kicks ass."
Yeah, as I was telling Oliver, if you enjoyed it enough that you want to check out any of his other stuff, My Friend Dahmer, I think, is not only his best movie, I think it's by far his best movie.
All right.
Yeah, it's neat. It's based off a graphic novel by this guy, Durf Backdurf is his name.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa.
I'm actually
Who-
familiar with this.
Yeah, who went to high school with Jeffrey Dahmer.
Yep.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and so it's that story.
Mm-hmm. That's wild.
Yeah.
The crumb of this cupcake fell somewhere, and it is gone.
That's one. That's one for the angels.
Well, it is like the problem is it's chocolate, and I have a cat, and also carpet, but it is gone. So
One for the angels. Just give it up.
yep.
You
Also,
got,
these cupcakes suck shit. By
well,
the
yeah,
way,
they're Hostess cupcakes. Like,
no, Hostess cupcakes are fine. These ones are incredibly dry. Something is wrong with them.
oh,
I got a bad batch.
yeah, you got a bad
Mhm.
batch.
A bad
like-
bake, Mary.
It's bad bake. Like Hostess cupcakes are like fine if that's
Yeah.
what you're expecting. Like if you're
Right.
in for it, you're in for it. You know what it's for.
It's
Yeah,
good
but
in the sense of it's bad, like it's
Yeah.
cheap but good. It's not
Yeah.
like high quality. You don't expect it to be.
You know
Yeah.
what's a fucking ripoff? Goddamn, like muffin pack, like the muffin bags that have 3 muffins in them. Like,
Yes.
cool, I'll pay for this box of muffin bags. That'll be a great treat. How many are
Okay.
in each bag? 3 or 4, maybe.
If you want to get like quote unquote cheap muffins that are good, go to Costco. Assuming you have a Costco near you. But I'm like,
I don't.
anywhere else I get muffins, I'm like, they're
Well-
not worth it. They're so expensive for a single muffin and they're tiny.
Specifically, the little muffins. Like I like the little muffins. I like the taste of the little like bag muffins that you get, like in their little plastic. But the
Yeah.
problem is they like sell them as like, yeah, it's a little bag of mini muffins, ha ha ha. And you open up the bag and there's literally 4 of them, and you're like, okay,
Yep.
cool. So this is nothing.
I just like the chocolate mini yellow donuts. You know what I mean? The ones that have
Oh,
the
yeah.
chocolate frosting. Yeah,
Oh yeah,
it's like
yeah,
I bought
those
a
things.
I bought a box of like bite-sized Crunch donuts earlier this week,
Yes.
and me and Miles fucking destroyed that. I don't
Crunch
think Logan got a single one of them. It
Crunch
did not
donuts?
take us long. Yeah, a little.
They've got like the little coffee cake crumbles on top.
Oh.
Yeah.
Ah, that's
Do you
good
guys
shit.
does your grocery store sell like the Entenmann's Danishes where you get
Oh.
like the raspberry Danish thing?
Raspberry coffin cake.
Yeah, oh
No.
man.
That sounds
yeah, I
really
can't
good.
buy those.
Yeah. I haven't had that in a long time because it's just so good.
Yeah. I turn those boxes into single serving boxes. So.
Yeah, I was about to say. I was about to say.
There is a service here in Galveston called Dojos, and what they are is
I was gonna start game back, but continue.
hang on. So here are their hours. First off, I'll go through all of the cool details here first. Their hours are Friday from 9 p.m. to like 3 a.m. Saturday from like I think like 6 p.m. to like 3 a.m. and then Sunday from like same as Saturday. And those are the only hours that they're open. But what they provide is you can have somebody make you a dozen cookies and deliver them to your home. They will deliver a box of warm cookies to your home, and they only operate after like 9 p.m. on like Fridays and I think also Saturdays.
No
Oh,
one
yeah.
will be able to convince me otherwise. They are responsible for all weed legalization.
Yeah, like this is the most ingenious like business model. Like it is truly like when I found out they existed and then actually had some of their cookies, I was like, oh holy shit, this is dangerous.
We
Oh,
have a
no.
place called Crumble that does gourmet cookies, and they do delivery up until midnight.
Yeah, we got a place like that too. They do super late night delivery for cookies. I think
That
it's to
is
like it's up to like 3 or 4 in the morning.
Genius.
And
Wow.
they like cookies and milk. They will bring you the milk for your cookies.
Like I think
Ah,
Dojo's
man.
is literally just like 4 people who are renting a kitchen nearby from one of the restaurants. Like, I think that's
Wow.
literally what they're doing. Just renting a kitchen and making
smart.
fucking bank.
Yeah, that's real smart.
That cookie business like is popular. Well, it's based in a college town, so it's very popular.
Mm-hmm.
Well, like
Mhm.
here, there's a lot of bars in downtown Galveston, and their like mission statement is like, "Yeah, we were real drunk and headed home one night, and somebody went, I wish there was a place to get cookies. And we couldn't get any cookies, and that made us sad. So we realized we'd just go ahead and make our own cookies."
They're right.
Yeah.
All right. Monkey, Doug, you both still with us?
Yep.
Uh-huh.
All right, great. Okay then. God, this sunburn sucks, y'all. Okay.
Did you try to stretch?
Yeah, I did.
Are you
Yeah.
putting aloe on it?
No, bitch.
A
Just
cold
kidding.
aloe.
I actually just hate the feeling of aloe. I don't.
Yeah,
Oh.
it's not,
It's,
but
Oh,
it'll help.
I like the I like it. I think it smells good.
it does. I just hate feeling it on my skin.
It's the
So
price we pay.
yeah. Anyway, I'll suffer. It won't be in silence, but I'll suffer.
I mean, if you don't, if you mute yourself, we don't have to hear you, and we think you're just suffering in silence.
That is true.
Mm-hmm.
But also, then you wouldn't really have a thing. Like, there wouldn't be really
Yeah.
a game to be doing.
Yeah. And then we wouldn't know, and that's not fun.
Mm-hmm.
Right, of course.
Layers.
Yeah,
Ah,
it's
'cause we
important
get
to
off
know
on people's
when I'm
misery,
suffering.
too.
Yeah,
Alright.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, particularly my own, as was demonstrated early in this session. Thank you, Sean. And Adam, I feel like I need to credit the both of you. All right, then.
It could have been worse, Sarah. It could have been.
It could have been. It could have been.
Yeah.
And there was a part of me that wanted to stay on mute and see how badly it would spiral, and I just couldn't bring myself to do that because I still was wearing my headset and having to listen.
Could have got real bad.
Yes. Okay. Returning after you've long rested, after you've handled the ghosts, what besides speaking to Goodfellow still needs to happen?
Do we need to have a final goodbye meeting with our host?
I think it's only polite. Also, I gotta ask her, like, once I get that token or whatever from Hammy, like, how do I get back here, you know?
I have no idea what you're talking about, but okay.
You just said a bunch of words.
Look, do you want me to explain it?
No,
Okay.
I just... Clearly that's a conversation the two of you had. I just didn't know what you were referring to, that's all. I wasn't trying to be judgmental or anything.
Well, I didn't think you was, but now I do.
Did you want to explain it? I'm willing to
No.
listen. Okay.
No, the moment's past me now.
Okay.
Incredible. Okay. Um, we'll save that for the last thing, then, speaking with Chandria. Is there anything else? Any shopping or whatever?
Unfortunately, we're not getting the reward for this head until we get back to the prime material. So, although we did,
But we're gonna Vicaris though, like we're have we gotten the jewel money, or are we just gonna like hand wave that like we got it? We don't gotta do the whole thing for it.
So I sold it, so we have all the coins now.
Yeah.
But there is another matter of payment specifically. I guess I can do this in character. Before we head off, seeing as how rewards for this were not exactly monetary, I think the loot that we have collected, we should devote a specific number to pay headquarters, lest we arouse suspicion and potentially invite a very detailed audit.
Taxis.
Sure. Is there a specific number you're thinking of?
I think anywhere between 750 and 1,000 gold would be appropriate.
Smart.
Yeah, I don't know how to do math, so I'm just gonna let you do that.
What is our normal? We normally give them 10%, or has that gone down?
I think that's right, Sarah.
I believe it has decreased to 8%. But that's still. I gave you the right numbers.
I like my number better.
The 750.
Yep. That was Doug metagaming.
I mean, that is slightly under 10%, so that should track. Yeah, you are the horse person. If I think that's best, then.
Is anyone voting for 1,000 over 750? Because as it stands now, I think I'm just gonna send away 750.
Would you like me to ask headquarters?
No, I don't believe asking headquarters is necessary.
Why don't we just send them what it is that they're supposed to get, right? No more. I mean, they already's getting a lot.
I agree.
Okay then. Again, business in town or with anyone here still.
Yeah, I'll ask Lauren if she could help me go into town to buy something.
Sure, but they all speak common, right?
I don't know. I mean, I guess.
Do we have a translator?
What, you saying you can't speak to them?
I don't know if I can speak to them. I'm not good at speaking. Looks over at Zashel and Vicaris. I'm not good at speaking.
I'd be more than happy to come along with you.
Okay. Well, keep it a secret, okay? I'm trying to buy something nice for you.
Okay.
Yeah, sounds good.
The three of you head into town. What are you looking for, Sean?
Like some nice, a nice dress.
Karlik, I don't think that's Yap's style.
And if it is, you're gonna have to find something that goes with her belted pants.
Yeah, she really likes that belt with pants. I don't know if she want a dress to cover it.
See, this is why I brought you guys along. Well, I mean, what do you think that she would like?
Well, if you want to get her jewels, we really just need to buy the raw materials, and I can make something real nice.
Okay, okay, I like that idea, something handmade.
She might need something for her laboratory. Certainly something to test on might be available here that wouldn't be available in the material plane.
Oh, are there any exotic herbs that we couldn't get on the material planes?
I bet they got all sorts of stuff in here. That's a real good idea. Let's see if they got like a weird shop of exotic goods and maybe like a gold chain. I mean, I don't know what you need.
Having spent a couple of days here wandering Vicaris, you certainly would be able to find a shop, an herbalist shop specifically, an individual who sells exotic plants that some of the juices of its leaves have hallucinogenic properties.
My God, this is the perfect fucking gift. Hi there. We are searching for a present for one of our friends who happens to delve into the deeper aspects of one mind, obviously through medicinal means. We're wondering what you might have available in that particular area.
Oh, certainly. We have this thing here. And he indicates a potted plant with a flower in it that is blooming in bright pink. And he says that it's hold on. All right. Sorry about that. I have lost my train of thought. He explains that this plant is particularly fun to take into the material plane because it does pass through seasons correctly, and as it winters, its root can be cut up into a chewable medicine. It has the greenery of it provides a juice that is a tension reliever, and its leaves itself can be made into hallucinogenic tea. However, it warns you to never. He warns you never to ingest any parts of it so long as the flower is blossoming in blue.
I will write all that notes down.
And is this the strongest hallucinogen you have?
Strongest, perhaps not, but very entertaining at least.
And how much for this one?
30 gold.
Oh, calm down. That's not bad actually.
And it just keeps growing season to season. We don't have to worry about using it once and then it's done.
As long as it's properly cared for and tended to, sees plenty of sun, water, and fresh soil, then yes, it will continue to flower.
Is there anything else that also grows well in the material plane?
He indicates a few different types of house plants.
Are those also fun?
One or two of them might be, but he also indicates that they might be, in fact, more poisonous than anything else.
Looks acrylic. What do you think?
Maybe not the poison. I mean, sometimes the geese get a little peckish, and I see them eating their plants sometimes, you know. Do you just got the one flower, or like, can I buy two?
I think there's the one, just the one.
Okay, I'll take that. Hey, you got anything like crazy. Like, off the walls bonkers. I mean, like, we was told that this is, like, the most exotic shop here.
He pulls out from under the counter a fern that is entirely black.
Wow.
And what does this do exactly?
Kills you on contact.
And why would we want that?
Well, Kralik did
Sure.
ask for something completely bonkers.
Yeah,
This is
that
completely
question-
bonkers.
That question was directed at the shopkeep and Kralik.
Honestly, I have this insane urge to just touch it. I mean,
He
is
pushes
it...
the pot towards you.
No.
Oh, I want to so bad.
Lauren rummages to her bag, pulls out some diamonds in her hand, and looks at Kralik.
Oh, it's a bad idea. It's a bad idea. Okay, maybe not the death plant.
The
Maybe
pot is
not.
pushed an inch closer towards you.
Oh, you do drive a hard bargain, don't you?
Kralik, do not. If you die, you can't give her this gift.
You're right. Hey, you got any, like, demon blood?
Why do you think it's black, Sonny?
I will take it.
Kralik, no. I'm putting my foot down. Do you have demon blood that is not in a plant that will kill you upon contact?
No.
Well, then I guess we'll have to look elsewhere, Kralik.
I mean, this.
Okay, but
Never mind.
how much is
Lord,
it if we
do
was just
not
gonna
help him.
consider it?
This is very hard for me. I do not like being in this position.
20.
I mean, you can always wear gloves, and she holds up her hands. There's, and you know, maybe it won't kill you. Does this go through like clothing? And she looks through the
Way
shopkeeper.
to find out.
Look, sir, can we? We're just gonna buy the first plant. We are done looking at anything else.
I mean, if Kralik wants to try, I could try to bring him back, but I don't think he could bring me
Oh.
back if I die.
As someone who has died twice, I do not recommend this course of action.
But it's only 20 gold.
Quite the
So, so you may remove the plant from our vicinity. Thank you.
He pushes it towards you.
I am. If I were cast a non-combat or damaging spell right now, how would that be perceived?
Yes.
I think I'm gonna do it. Because I have a new spell and I want to use it.
Uh-huh. What you casting?
And that's my magical secret that I finally decided on. And I will lift it out of his hand and put it behind him.
Oh wait, but Cars, if you could do that, you can just buy it and carry it back without anyone touching it.
I cannot do this forever, and we are not bringing a death plant with us. Think of what Noel and Zasha would say.
They'd love it, I'm sure.
No, I love this, but I can't bring back this to them, knowing that they will look at me and get mad.
Because this is a fiscally responsible purchase.
Vicaris, you are standing there with one hand grasping a golden thread that is carrying and lifting this thing like a balloon across the room, and yelling at these two. As the shopkeep turns around to try to retrieve the potted plant from the air, but cannot.
You will get it back when we get our flower and we leave.
Fine.
Krellick, pay the man. Get the plant. Let's go.
I slide him 50 gold, and I say, wrap it up. Wrap it up.
Jesus Christ.
Oh my god, was that character growth?
Sorry, what'd you say, Vicaris?
Oh my god, was that character growth?
I think so.
Yeah, it sure sounded like it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was incredible, my dude.
Excellent. You did it.
Yeah. It's-
Resisted a very basic temptation.
But the shopkeep then goes and finds a very large box to put this fern into. And then you see the way that it is set in, it will be very difficult to remove from the box without touching it unless you were to disassemble the box carefully.
Oh, thank you very much. It's been delightful.
A pleasure.
Can I ask how much that fern weighs? Like, in pounds? Do you guys measure by pounds?
It's probably the fern and its pot and all probably 10 pounds altogether.
Yeah, I don't know enough about magic. Alright, let's go.
I'm gonna wait for both of them to leave, and then I will lower the plant down on a table so he doesn't have to grab it, and then leave myself.
All right.
We take our goods.
I'm very glad I brought you two along. You guys had the best ideas.
I am also both very glad and very mad that I went. Had I not gone, you would have came back with the death plant.
Oh,
I'll probably come back with two.
Okay, I want to be clear. As I understand it, this man did actually sell you the death plant because
Yes.
Krellick did pay for it.
I did pay good money for a plant that will kill me. Yes.
Oh, wait, what?
Yeah, did you not notice that? Lauren noticed that.
I gave him 50 gold.
Yeah.
I told him to wrap up the death plant.
Also, Lauren probably has high enough perception to see him slip it in, even if the car's missed it.
You have washed your hands of this, Vicaris. You have done your due diligence. You blew
Fair
a 5th
point.
level spell slot on this one, and they were both there to witness that. You have done your good deed. And now they return with 2 ferns in boxes, wrapped identically.
God damn it.
This gift wrapping is like immaculate. Look at it.
It is very nice. Do you think I should learn how to wrap gifts? Gift wrap something?
Definitely.
Here's a weird question.
Mhm.
If I were to cast invisibility on the box, would it make the plant inside invisible, or could I see through the box?
Could you? I believe it
Huh.
specifies creature. So let's
Oh, that was 1 second, yeah.
yeah.
What car is
You're
it?
a creature, and then anything they're carrying.
Is a plant not a creature of the earth?
It
What
is.
car is?
It is not.
Vicaris, you're good with money, right?
I mean, I don't really spend it. I guess you can call that good with.
I mean, you're good at making money, right?
Oh, especially now.
Right. So, do you think if we made the one with the blue flower thing, it was blue, right? She pulls out her notebooks. Yeah, the blue one. You think if we mass produced it, and sold it, we could make money?
I absolutely do, but then we would technically be running a drug cartel.
Yeah, but like,
But is that illegal?
Yeah, is that actually illegal?
I don't.
I guess that really depends on where you're at. It's the law of the locale.
I don't remember that being illegal in Saltmarsh. We've had other, drugs, as you call it.
Hey, maybe it's another business that Lucky can run for us. She can
That's
sell
another
it out of the casino.
I just
You
want
could
to
like
learn.
win it. You could win it. You could win drugs.
And I can wrap them all in pretty boxes like that. And she points to the box.
Don't mix them up, though.
Oh, I don't think we should mass produce the other one. That's probably not a good idea.
Only the hallucinogens will be mass produced. I'm putting my foot down, even though I put it down earlier before you even bought the damn thing.
Okay,
Alright.
let's
Oh my
show the
god,
others.
wait. I have an even worse idea.
Uh-huh.
No, it should be good. It should be good. If I were to animate the box, could I make it open itself?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna cast animate objects on both of them, force themselves to open themselves so we can see which is which, and then close themselves. Another 5th level spell down the drain.
Alright, you now know definitively which one is which.
I immediately grab it and shove it in my secret loot.
I'll be expecting that back.
Yeah, one day for sure.
Yeah, today.
I didn't think about it, but can the plant survive there?
Not really, because the special pocket goes to a vault somewhere where there's not going to be light or water or anything.
I'm gonna mull over how much Vicaris wants this to be.
Look, hey, it's like these is gifts for Yops, right? So, if she decides to put it away somewhere, then she decides it.
That's a good idea. When you go to Yop and give her this one, I will also give her this present.
Okay, but okay,
Wait, but
the
Krellick
blue
bought
one's
it.
for
Why
me,
would you
and then the
give it-
black one's for like all. It's from all of us. It's a group gift.
I mean, it can still be from you. I could just be the carrier for it.
Oh,
We
I
was
thought
all
you
there.
meant you're gonna give it as in claim it was your present. Never mind. No, it's your idea, Krellick. I don't want to get in between that. As fun as it was dancing with both of you, I'm just gonna stay out of it. Yep.
I don't know when you're waiting to give these presents, but I would suggest sooner rather than later. There's a high chance that this plant won't survive long.
Well, we better get moving then.
Okay, then you get back to the palace with your gifts.
I yell for Yop.
Yup.
Yeah, I'm hold on one second, I'm coming. Well, what can I help you with, Krellick?
I'm standing there with a gift wrapped box in my hands.
I got you something.
Oh, well, isn't that sweet? You didn't have to do that. As she greedily grabs the box and starts unwrapping it.
I should warn you. On the way here, I forgot which box is what. That box may or may not. We'll just see when you open it.
Lauren
Oh.
begins pulling out diamonds out of her bag as she watches Yop open.
Oh, a surprise! How wonderful! And I open the box And what do I see inside?
This one is the fern with the pink flower.
Oh, what a lovely plant. I look forward to putting this in the window in my room.
Yeah, yeah. The place we got it from said it was like real special, like, you know, like if you do something with it, you know, it's like the things that you like, you know, when you eat your special things.
I think what Krellick is trying to say is they have the same properties as your tea, and we believe.
Oh, wonderful. I look
Well-
forward to some experimentation. I wonder if I can make tea from the leaves of this plant.
I believe he said not when the flower is blue, though, right? Right?
Yes, and also you get the chemicals from the roots.
there's-
Oh,
Properties for the roots and for the greenery as well.
oh, wonderful. It sounds like there's much experimentation to be done.
Speaking of
they-
experimentation, there is
they-
also another gift from Krellick.
Oh, so generous.
Well, it's from the three of us, really.
No, Krellick, this is all on you. I don't want to claim this when Krellick clearly bought and paid for all of this himself.
I would prefer the others knowing this came from you specifically.
But we was all there. I mean, it was all of our ideas, you know. So, you know, it's really from all of us.
I mean,
Oh, well,
just
now I'm getting excited. Please let me see it.
Well, I think it's important that you don't open it as he goes searching through his bag of loot. It's in a box, and it's a fairly deadly plant. I think it's something that should be handled while you're in your little lab. Oh, and I'll take it, hold it out there.
Gift that I can't see. Oh, so mysterious. So you're saying I shouldn't open it till we get back to the lighthouse?
That is what I'm saying. Yes, I just didn't want to keep it in my bag in case it died.
Look, that's what he's saying, but I'm saying you should look at it. Yo,
Very well then. And I will open the box.
Could you give me a sleight of hand check?
Yeah, absolutely. I'll burn an inspiration on that.
Okay.
I would like to also. Well, you know what? I didn't say it ahead of time. I can't actually do it. I can't burn the skull to help you because it's before you do the thing.
Yeah, I would've given it-
I'll burn one more.
Okay.
Why the hell not? All right, let's see what happens.
My DC was 10 because it shouldn't be that hard. But you open it and one of the fern's what is it called? Tendrils falls forward, catches you on the back of your hand, and you freeze, paralyze, and drop dead.
Relic.
I run up, check for a pulse, and then I will cast Revivify on ya.
All right, you are barely unconscious, having your breath taken from you just for a moment, Yop, before you are returned on your back.
I'm gonna use-
My diamonds.
I really don't like this place.
Yup, are you okay? And then you start seeing fish swim around you, and I'll just use Aura Vitality and heal Yup up. Yep, we'll be fine.
I think it's important to not blame this place for what happened today, because you were specifically warned.
oh, I'm so
The cards
sorry, yo.
did say not to open it.
I meant to tell you, well, what it did before you opened it. Everything just moved so quickly.
It's okay. And Yop just walks back to her room and closes the door.
Does she take the box with her, or?
No, she leaves everything.
Oh my god.
I don't know if she saw anything bad on the other side. Do you think we should? We should probably do paperwork for this. I'm gonna go find Noel.
I'm gonna punch Krellick in the shoulder. See, I told you not to do that. And then he'll turn around as he like shakes his hand out because that hurt really bad.
Shit. Well, okay. I'll have to apologize later, I think, for that. Why don't we just get all these wrapped up, you know?
Good luck with that. I'm not touching that. And Lauren will even go find Noel to tell him about the paperwork we have to fill out.
I'm assuming I have like a quill and ink, right?
Do you?
I don't know, but I do have just the right thing, and I can just grab something from my bag as long as it costs less than 15 gold and can fit in a chest.
Does that require a check?
It does. A sleight of hand check.
All right, let's see it.
Sorry, 1 second.
That feels right.
Yeah. You reach into the bag, retrieve a pen.
I'm gonna mark the deadly box
Right.
with a big D or some dumb shit. And then
A big D,
yeah,
okay.
no, I heard it. It took a second, but anyways, then I will store that pen
No.
because unlike my other thing, these do not disappear.
Okay, great. For dumb shit.
Fucking straight up savage. Holy shit.
Okay.
Noah's gonna be out dropping like 100 gold on somewhere that can give very nice stationery. Like very
Okay.
great, like high quality paper.
Absolutely. The kind of stuff reserved for only the most rich and opulent
Yeah.
academics.
Like in bulk, just shoving it into the bag of holding part of the documents or satchel.
Outstanding.
Mm-hmm. Look, I'm gonna have to do a lot of paperwork as penance. I did a rudeness.
Rudeness is a very funny way to describe what you did.
I just like essentially demanded that my god come and do a thing,
Yeah,
which like it was a
you
good
did
thing,
though.
but he
Yeah.
did it.
All right, Zashel, you want to talk to Goodfellow?
Yes.
You good?
Yeah, I've been just dying laughing for the past however long this whole thing has been going on. I am so happy you bought the death plant. Just other than the part where it killed Yop, that
Yeah.
was dumb on your parts, but just Krellick sneaking the gold in was just
And I was listening real close for the instruction that it would kill me, and it never came.
Yep, correct. That's very true.
10 out of
Okay.
10.
You are brought to Goodfellow, who is sitting over one of the parapets with his legs over the side, and for all intents and purposes, like enjoying the view, except he's not. But when you approach without turning to you, he waves over his shoulder.
hello again. I have considered your offer, and I would like to take you up on it. I have another issue to discuss with you, but we can do that after this first one is resolved. You offered assistance trying to, in my efforts, I should say, to repair or rebuild a certain relation. I would like to take you up on that advice. I do have some physical things to offer you, or if you prefer memories, there are certainly some I think I would be willing to share with you.
Ooh, I get my pick. Ooh. Hmm. And what is it that you have? Explain it to me.
I am, in terms of these memories, at this point unwilling to part with them, but the first, which I think you will be the most interested in, is shared by only one other living creature, a celestial of some power. There is no other mortal that was there and can remember or understand what it means. It would be something that no one else has or knows. This is non-negotiable. I cannot part with this memory. It is a fundamental memory of mine. It informs everything I have become since.
Very well.
Lose that memory would be to lose myself.
Well, that sounds like it is much more valuable than the particular task with which you hope to obtain my services for.
Well,
And
then
what
we
else?
can consider any balance towards my second, request. I might as well be up front so you can understand the totality of what I am seeking. You have taken from my friend a memory. I don't know what the memory is. She was unable to explain it to me. But its loss, or the knowledge of its loss, has upset her greatly. I would like for you to return that memory.
Roll me a persuasion check.
Oh boy, I've only got one inspiration to burn on this. Persuasion. I do not have one. 24.
You wish to share a memory for the purchase of my services and also for the purchase of another's memory.
Payment towards. I would never try to exchange one thing for two. I don't know what was taken and while what I seek seems to be, in your opinion, fairly minor, this is still perhaps lopsided in my favor. I can offer... I can offer a memory, and once you have seen it, you can decide whether you wish to take it or not. It is... While it is dear to me, it is not something which its loss would be...
That's destructive.
Correct.
Well, his legs swing high over the parapet and he drops to the ground beside you and he says, "Let me see it."
Zashel will guide Goodfellow's hands to his head and will show him the only memory he has of his mother.
Oh. That is deeply valuable against every fiber of my being to take this from you. Everything that I am is undone by doing such tempting. Ugh.
I will, if you are ready, show you another somewhat similar but very different memory. This one is the one you may not have, but you may share it.
Very well.
It is the memory of the time where, after yelling at his sisters, he ran out of the house and spoke to Liru for the first time and agreed to help her.
There is a surprising amount of what accounts for emotion in this memory. And after contemplation, Goodfellow says, "This is, both of these, incredibly heavy." And he passes a hand over his eye, and there is a change in their color. I think, then, if it is to be shared and cannot be taken, I could exchange this shared memory with 4, simply. Your first request. It is powerful, but if I am not to have it on my own, then it is not as equal to what has already been taken from your companion.
How much more would you require to return that memory?
His hand goes down over your lapel and gives the fabric small tugs. And he says, "You spoke of something material."
I did not necessarily have anything specific in mind. I've received a boon from Oberon you would be welcome to. I have certain items which showed is perhaps not the correct word, but the significance of which I impressed upon you before.
I should relieve you of your tokens from Oberon.
Done.
Very well. Take me to... well, no. He again begins untangling the strings that only he seems to see, and then walks with one hand extended as he winds them back towards your chambers. And bids you follow.
I will do so.
All right. He walks quite confidently through the halls and eventually, without knocking, enters the room and walks right up to Vicaris. Hello again.
Well, hi.
I understand that there is a complicated connection between the two of you. And he gives the string a tug, and Zasha, you find your feet moving faster to catch up until the three of you are all quickly together.
I think complicated is underselling a bit.
Agreed. Now, as I can see it, neither of you feel particularly safe with each other. Is that correct?
Yes, that is the correct assumption.
I don't feel in particular danger now that I no longer require sleep.
I don't think that's a very good answer.
I think it's an apt answer, and still quite as clear. The two of you are not nearly as at odds as you have been before. There are changes that come over every creature as time eats away at each of us. Vicaris, you have undergone quite the ordeal in the short time at your position in the material plane.
Looking at Zashel, but talking to the prince. It feels nice to have that recognized.
You came from Senelise, yes?
That I did.
And this instability that we've heard, frankly, quite a bit about, has that interfered at all, you think, with the mission which you were given that brought you to the material plane in the first place?
I don't think so. I think it's been, well, it has been more of an ally, but it has also since disappeared.
It's disappeared. It's
Or
disappeared.
rather, it's been taken from me.
Oh. So it was a gift.
I don't know if it was necessarily a gift. It was something that appeared when I went to the material plane. I like to see it as a gift.
And it is gone.
Yes, I don't know the mechanics of it specifically, but I do believe it has been taken by someone more powerful.
And do you find this to be a loss to be mourned?
At first, for sure, but I think what I can do now rivals what I could do before.
And I had the tremendous pleasure of seeing what it is that you can do now, firsthand. Would you describe to Zashel what it is that Oberon found such interest in, that you are capable of?
To an extent, he's seen it in our last battle specifically.
Oh. The words used by both Vicaris and the Lord himself were that he was, what was it exactly? Bolsterer of allies. And I've heard whispers. Not only that, he's had a bit of a change of heart and would be grateful and in great pleasure to assist Chandria as a combatant if he were to ever return to the material plane on her war front. Very generous. And what is it? Is there, frankly, anything besides physical harm that you fear of Zashel, Vicaris?
No, I think physical harm pretty much covers it.
Very well. And of anything that has been said so far, Zashel, does any of it give you pause, concern?
No.
Of course it doesn't.
And how do you mean by that?
Zashel has many things. Capable of self-reflection is not one of them.
Oh. Is that so?
Perhaps we should move on to the second task now.
You asked for my help.
I did.
Zashel, are you still in any degree in, be it contempt, fear, concern, or calculated hesitation about anything that has thus been said?
Said here? No.
Do you continue?
I am confident that the connection which concerned me previously was dissolved, even though it was never explicitly stated. I am confident that our actions here reflect a certain ability to work together. There is no ability that has been demonstrated thus far that gives me pause, at least not in the demonstrations I have seen.
Do you, given the necessity for sleep, would you still have concern for your safety in Vicaris' presence?
For my safety while I sleep.
Or in general? Do you fear your companion?
Fear him? No. I am, as always, concerned with the reflection upon and the impact upon our fellow franchisees. That has always been my concern.
And of anything Vicaris has thus demonstrated since the, should we say, change of heart, or change of position, or whatever we decide to call it, that should give you thought to bring bodily harm to him?
Nothing, no.
And Vicaris, does this reassure you at all?
Not at all. It only demonstrates that at this very moment he's not willing to kill me. But seeing as how he has isolated me in the past at my weakest and sent my other friends away in order to get me alone, no, I no longer feel safe with him.
And what would be the required step to alleviate that fear?
I'm not certain there is one. Some things are just unforgivable.
Oh, you better hope not for your sake, dear. Well, the best advice then I can give the two of you until there is an opportunity for flexibility would simply be to assure both of you that you are never going to be alone together.
That is vaguely ominous.
I retract my previous statement. That is the one thing that would make me feel safe again. That we are to never be alone again.
Very well. As for the memory that you wish me to return, Goodfellow takes a few steps back while facing the two of you, and then turns around to go find Yop.
As soon as he leaves, I turn and walk away.
I was going to say I will follow him because I still need to pay him.
Okay.
I should say, just as a note, Krellick is in the like. I think there's like in my mind it's like a central chamber with where all the rooms are located. Krellick is in there, like, you know, he's just waiting for Yop. He's outside. He has the one plant that doesn't kill you next to him, and he has he's gotten someone to bring him like a little keg of ale, and he keeps he's saying words in Draconic and like tapping the cup with his wand and then drinking it and then repeating that again, seemingly frustrated every time.
As he passes you, Goodfellow pats your cheek, and then opens the door to Yop's chambers.
Yeah. Who is it? Oh. No manners, I see. Not surprising.
I have been commissioned to return the memory to you.
So, you cause all this distress by altering my mind, and your solution is to alter it again.
I'll keep it if you don't want it.
Solution.
Hmm.
The price has been paid, Yop, please.
Well, it's only fair then that I give something in return. I know the rules of this place, or at least I think I do. And I will walk out the room.
Oh.
And
Yop.
I've already walked out the room.
Yeah, this Zashel calling after.
I'm not listening.
Yeah.
I'm looking for the other plant. I can't remember if Vicaris took it or not.
The deadly plant? I did.
Yeah. Krellick, where's the other plant?
I think Vicaris took it. Well, I haven't seen him.
We just left him. It's Yop. This is not his doing. This is mine.
Well, I hope you didn't pay too much, because he's not touching my mind again.
Please, you were. You were clearly bothered. I just wanted to set it right. I didn't.
This will make you feel better, Satchel?
I was hoping it would make you feel better.
Very well.
Zashel makes a go ahead gesture to Goodfellow, which of course he can't see. But
his fingers touch his temple, and then touch the tip. Or no, that doesn't. Not the tip of her nose. She's wearing a helmet. Just her chest. And the memory that has been lost is returned to you.
You asked if you could see it.
I don't think I.
Is there anything else?
I believe our business is concluded. He turns to Zashel.
more or less, and he will pull the teeth out of his pocket and push them into Goodfellow's hand.
He does not take them, and he says, "Are you satisfied with my services?"
I don't think there was anything you really could have done in the first instance. But if, Yop, you are pleased with your memory being returned and are confident your mind is still otherwise intact, that is a question.
Well, you've gotten what you've paid for, Zashel.
Then I suppose the answer is yes.
He takes the strap, and he says, "I should be clear that I do not think that our contract is entirely concluded until you have received positive results. I am still in your service."
And how shall I call upon you in the case that I need you? And Zashel will loop his arm through Goodfellow's arm and lead him out of Yop's area.
I should know it.
I just have to say your name or have need of you and you will know. Is that it?
He nods.
Well, I genuinely look forward to our next conversation. Other than Chandria, it has been perhaps the most straightforward of my interactions with the Fae, our concierge notwithstanding.
You flatter and then wound me, sir. And he leaves.
Flatter and wound. I meant not included, like not including the guy who's obviously supposed to. And he's mumbling all of this to himself as Goodfellow is walking away. Like, he's obviously going to be straightforward because he is our concierge. Well, next time I can set that straight.
Okay. Any final things before saying goodbye?
I guess Zashel and the dude leave. Krellick will look to Yop right there and say,
Not really exactly sure what's happening with all that, but you need
No,
me to go.
Is that my plant?
Oh, it is, yeah. I just thought maybe I'd keep an eye after it.
No, don't worry about earlier. This place is just horrible. This is the good plant, though, right?
Yeah, look, I meant to say, be careful, but then you was already opening it in.
I got so excited. The first one was such a nice gift. I got so excited I couldn't help myself.
Oh no, look, I think you's really gonna think that other plant's interesting, right? Okay, look, I'll tell you now what it does, right? If it touches you, it kills you.
Yes, I figured that out. It's a shame it wasn't still here.
Yeah, I think Vic's got it hidden away, but I mean, it's yours, it's your gift, I thought that maybe, you'd like it or think it's interesting.
Oh, it's very interesting, and it's probably for the best that Vicaris has it for the time being. But I do look forward to this very plant and the opportunity to sample some of its roots and some of its leaves. I'm sure it will be a wonderful experience.
Yeah, they was bashful about it, but Lorne and Vicars, they did help pick this stuff out. So I mean, it's from me, but it's from all of us.
Well, that was very nice of them. Whose idea was it to get me the plant?
Which plate?
Well, no, whose idea was it to get me a gift?
Oh, there was mine.
Oh, well, that's very sweet of you, Krennic.
I'll try. Hey, speaking of testing things, I've been trying to get this right, but I can't quite figure it out.
I say some words in Draconic and tap the cup and say,
Drink, taste this. Does this taste like sausage to you?
What does it taste like?
I don't know, Sean.
I have used the student of Tallywick ability, and I have cast prestidigitation to make it taste like sausage.
Well, liquid meat. Well, the texture's a bit strange, but I must say I do like it.
It's like, I was thinking it's like breakfast on the go.
Yes, very much so. If I could figure out a way to mass produce this, we could perhaps set up our own franchise. Many people are very busy in the morning, don't have time for a proper breakfast,
Yeah, like maybe, they could get liquid meat and then like a little bit of not the plant that kills you, but the plant that makes you feel good, and then they'd have like a great day.
Yes, and perhaps in very small doses it would just sort of calm people down. Liquid meat and maybe liquid meat and maybe some solid milk to go along with it.
Oh, that's long. You've got the best ideas.
Well, once we get back to the lighthouse, perhaps we should start coming up with some plans.
Yeah, for sure. I was thinking, if you wouldn't mind, I'd like to try to, learn a lot more about, what he's doing, and maybe we could work together on this.
Yes, that sounds quite lovely. I'd love to spend some more time with you.
Yeah. Hey, you want to know something interesting about that death plate?
What's
It's
that?
got like demon blood in it.
Blood, you say?
Yeah. I thought you'd like that.
I think I will find that plant most interesting.
Okay.
I raise a glass of meat.
Yep. Me too.
I mean, like, it's
Fuck you,
broth,
Sean.
right? It's just broth.
It ain't
It's
Though-
beer. It's beer broth. Oh
It's
God.
it's I can't go down the route my brain just did. We got to move on to the next
Ugh.
scene. Hold on.
Fuck.
Doug, thank God you took that fucking plant.
Oh my god, what were you gonna do? Because my plan is to eventually give it back.
He was gonna try to kill Goodfellow, I
Yeah,
think.
For sure.
I absolutely was.
Yeah.
The only other question. The only other question that I had, if the box was still here, if I recognized that it was your handwriting that said dumb shit on, or that put the D on there, I wouldn't have given it to him. I wouldn't have given it to him because I wouldn't have wanted you to get in trouble.
Aw.
In fairness, he can't read because he's blind.
That is true.
Right, but if he's dead, somebody's going to come looking for stuff. Like I don't
That is
want
also
Columbo rolling in there and finding this wrapping paper with
We just
Vicaris' signature on it.
Just one more thing. Can I get a sample of your
Right.
handwriting?
Right. Just jot down a D here for me.
Jot down a D.
God.
Okay, all right. Okay. It takes a little bit of time actually for you to get audience with Chandria, as it appears she is back on her normal schedule of fighting giants on the front lines. But she does see you all off, and is sad to see you all go in her own weird way. And as she is parting, or as you are all saying goodbyes, she bids Vicaris come forward.
Steps forward.
And she leans forward in her chair, so she's got her elbows on her knees. And she says, "I hope to see you again here."
I can't imagine it won't be too long before you do.
And if I do, as I believe I should, you seem to have hard skin, but not so tough as others. And she kind of looks down at the if you've used mending to fix it, like the patch job on your sleeve where she has burned you, if that is there, and if not, there's the gaping hole with the scar.
I believe I use mending because I have it, so why not?
Right. You should not have to endure the frustration that comes with being an outsider, as I have. If we are to be allies, and if you are to be a voice in my favor in council, I know how to make you heard.
What does this require of me?
Nothing. Besides your loyalty, which I seem to already have.
That is true. How may I be heard?
She extends her hand to shake.
He's gonna contemplate for a second, and then slowly bring his hand back out to shake as well.
At her contact, it is not as painful as it often is. In fact, you see within her own frame there is a very deliberate restraint as she seems to be keeping something back, and then you feel that there is a pull that is starting at the top of your scalp and working its way down and then through your hand into her. And she says, "Stability. The wilds are wild, so those who rule it must have stability."
He's gonna take it and shake it, examine it, even though that's deep down he knows it's not about his hand.
On your palm is actually the mark of Astrazalian, the two stars set against each other.
No, cute. And by stability, you mean?
We've heard and had some sense of the effect that somebody, we don't know who, seems to have had over you. Someone took something from you when you were quite young, tried to give it back to you in a selfish way as you've reached adulthood. I've merely set the weights correctly. You are now able to determine on your own whim which season you are at dawn.
He's gonna kind of rub his hand for a second. Well, I thank you for that. I do not know how to repay you outside of loyalty.
That is all I require.
Well then, easiest transaction ever. And he'll beam a smile at her.
She smiles back and nods to you.
Vakaris will take a step back to join the rest of them.
All right. Thank you all. She smiles. You are joys to have for the time you were here.
It's been a lot of fun. This is it's like I've been, well, for me anyway, like a work/vacation.
That is Astrazalian.
Hey, when I get the thing that you need, how's I'm supposed to get back here to give it to you?
Ask Bishop.
I will do that. Hey, this war you fighting, it just goes on all the time, right?
Yes.
You think I could come fight with you? You know, every now and then.
We always welcome soldiers. Those from foreign lands show the people of the city that there are those who have interest in our survival.
I think it'd be fun.
It's quite fun.
Yeah, I bet you's just ripping through them. I'd like to see that. But just so you know, you don't gotta worry about me wanting to challenge you no more. You got my respect.
I wasn't worried.
Okay. Well, till I see you again.
I take my wizard hat off and kind of bow a little bit.
Lady.
She nods to you. Is that all?
as we're leaving, I'll just turn to Zashel. If we are leaving at this point, I don't want to short circuit if anybody else says anything.
Zashel will just do his usual, if you should ever need the services of the Saltmarsh Franchise of Acquisitions Incorporated, we hope you are satisfied. I hope you, on a personal note, find more time to find less war and more joy.
All right. Noel or Lauren have anything they want to say?
No, not right here, anyways.
Yeah, Noel will just bow.
All right. And it sounds like you are exiting. Yeah.
Say, Zashel.
Mm-hmm.
You suppose Goodfellow put the right memory back in my head?
I don't know. I have no way of, I haven't asked what he took from you, or what memory you suddenly found yourself with. I didn't feel it was my place.
I guess there's no way of knowing then.
Just for the record, I want to say I don't mind punching a blonde man.
I prefer the plant, Krellick.
The what?
Oh, he got me a plant.
Oh. Okay.
It's very pretty.
On the topic
What does
of-
that have to do with punching a blind man?
Well, I think, if I was understanding correctly, and Krellick, correct me if I'm wrong, you were offering to potentially punch a blind man on my behalf.
Oh yeah, I will commit great violence for you.
And although that is very much appreciated, I was saying that I prefer the plant that he got me to conducting violence on my behalf. At least in this case. Does that make more sense, Zashel?
No, it doesn't really. I sort of got what the words meant, but the context is lost. That's okay.
I am very much reconsidering giving you this plant back.
Okay, now I am actually curious.
Wait, yeah, which plant are you talking about? The first plant or the...
Am I the only one that has no idea what these plants are?
We very much well know which plant she's talking about.
Vigoris, show Zashel the plate.
Krellick, we will be...
Wait. Let me explain. Krellick wanted to get me a gift.
Mhm.
He took Lauren and Vicaris with him.
Okay.
They returned with 2 plants. One, which is very lovely. Apparently the roots and the leaves can be contain various psychedelic properties that change based on the season, but I'm not supposed to eat them or consume them in any way when the flower is which color was it, Lauren?
Blue.
When the
You
flower is
should write that
blue.
down. It's very important.
Yes, it's quite a lovely plant. There was another plant that was purchased, which at least as far as I know now does not have psychedelic properties, but is equally as interesting. There is a complication, however, and that is that when someone touches the plant, they die.
Oh my god.
Why was...
They were
Is the plant poisonous?
Well, it kills you.
Well, yes, but many things can kill you. A dagger will kill you, but it's not necessarily poisonous.
Well, according to Krellick, it has demon blood in it. I can't wait to get it back to my lab.
Yeah,
Oh my
tons,
god.
Yeah, tons of it.
I am
before we continue on, I would like to point out that I was the sole person saying that we should not get it, and at the time I believe we did not get it. And since they accidentally killed Yop with it, I have kept it on my person.
I'm sorry,
that
they
nobody
what
else
now?
Oh
would
my
die.
god!
Killed Yop briefly.
Yes.
I'm told.
Actually,
Speaking
no.
of,
I was trying to find you, and you weren't in your room. But I need to file paperwork for that.
Okay. Getting back to the original topic here, under no circumstances should we assault an archfey, one of the council, with a demon blood plant.
I agree with that.
If
Oh, well, no one was thinking about doing that. I don't know where you've got that idea from. The most that anyone suggested was Krellick, who suggested punching him, but I told him that would be unnecessary because of the lovely psychedelic plant that he purchased me. See, it's all very simple.
quick
You never
point
see me coming.
of clarification. Lauren, you brought Yop back, yes?
Yes, and I was trying to find you to file proper paperwork, but I think you were out.
Krellick, you will be reimbursing, yes?
Obviously. How much does it cost?
300 gold.
Oh my god.
Yes. You see, actions have monetary consequences.
Well, it's a good thing we's getting paid.
And also,
Yes.
Yop died.
It was just very briefly.
It was like an accident.
Mhm.
It was so brief.
Oh my god.
You guys want to see the plate?
no,
No.
well, I mean yes, but no, not
Nobody
right
is
now.
seeing the plant until we get back into the lab and we can touch it without touching it.
And Lucky, I do appreciate the concern, but don't worry, it won't affect my bartending skills. And I hold out my left hand, which is shaking violently.
Oh my god.
At least mixing drinks will be easy. Yop, to actually answer your question,
No laughs. Like a big, deep, like guffaw.
what's so funny? If you can tell which memory was returned to you, and it is not personal or embarrassing, if it is anything that pertains to the rest of us, then perhaps we can tell you if it is in fact something that is yours. Does that make sense?
It does, and I've thought about that, but that's not to say that he returned a complete memory.
I mean, the deal was struck. I was very clear that your whole memory should be returned to you. So
Well, I
if
understand.
a
and
memory
with
has
that-
been returned, then by the magics that bind those deals, that should be everything that was taken from you.
Well, the fact of the matter is that I don't trust him. But I do trust you, Zeschel. And so if you think it was a fair deal, that's good enough for me.
I am confident that the deal was made in good faith on both our parts. He seems willing to follow through, given that the first part of our deal is apparently ongoing. I will say, Vicaris, I had not anticipated that he would ambush you in such a way. I had merely sought his advice on perhaps rebuilding any sort of trust. That was not my intention that it would be done so publicly or directly.
I'm not exactly sure what you're apologizing for. The fact that he did it at that moment?
Yes.
Or that he did it at all?
No, I'm not apologizing for trying to reconcile, as long as we are working in the same franchise. It is necessary that we be able to work together. I just meant that being caught out, having him walk up in the middle of the hallway and bring up personal issues, I understand is outside the social norm, not really a social nicety.
Well then, to assure you, cooperation is a given. Reconciliation is another thing entirely.
You think maybe if that flower's blue, we let Joshua eat some of it, see what happens?
No, Joshua's
No.
not a guinea pig.
No.
For like
Joshua is
science.
Intern, and so is a member of our franchise.
Yeah, but how's we ever gonna know what he does?
We
No,
will
I'll
not.
figure it out. Don't you worry.
Do not give it to Goodfellow.
Different plant. I am curious if that death plant constitutes a poison, however.
Let
You
me
could always
look.
test it.
I'll figure that out too.
I would be curious to test the natural immunity of my people to this substance.
Vicaris holds the box to him.
I will take the closed box.
It's so as soon as he goes for it, Vicaris, like when he's obviously gonna grab it and not just like put his hand in the box, Vicaris will take it back.
Special. If we wait, I could possibly prepare some magic to figure out if it's poisonous or not tomorrow.
That's a better way to do it, yes.
I wonder, could you talk to it?
No. I can't talk to plants.
Who talks to plants?
I could speak with the plant, but I cannot understand the plant.
Yeah, right. Of course you can.
I think anyone can just talk to a plant.
No.
Hello, plant.
Plants understand the meaning.
Well, hello there, plant. Look, I'm talking to you just as anybody else can.
I'm going to step forward and use speech of beast and leaf
Right.
Sylvan to talk to the plant.
Yeah, there is a very noticeable reaction when from the plant when Noel speaks to it.
Oh shit.
Oh, back up.
I mean,
Back
isn't
up.
it
It's
closed
angry.
in a box at the moment, though.
It's angry.
Yeah, that's still in the box. I haven't opened it up.
Yeah,
You hear rustling
feel
against
it.
the inside of the box.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
told you I can speak to plants and beasts.
Or whatever
No.
you said, you pissed it off.
No, tell it shake once means yes, shake twice means no.
And Sylvan, I said shake once, says yes, shake twice, says no.
There's a one singular rustle.
Now ask if it understands you.
Noel just stares at you blankly.
Oh, I see what you two are doing. No, you're asking the questions, and Vicaris, you're shaking the box. I understand. I figured it
Oh,
out.
that's
I-
good. That's a
oh,
good
not-
game.
No, Zashel does the like hand at the neck, like stop
Speak
motion.
to plants. It is not a ruse.
I believe you. Just, and he will get very, very close to Noel and just whisper. He will continually ask you to do this if he knows it works.
Noel blinks for a second. I cannot speak to plants. It was a clever ruse. Thank you for participating.
Man, how long you two been practicing that?
All day. I just smile at Picard.
But Cars,
Curse absolutely smiles back.
I've seen people just speak to plants, but I'm not capable of that. I'm sorry.
I'm not certain that's something you have to apologize for.
I
Yeah,
wish I could be
apparently
more-
nobody here speaks to plants.
Quick question.
Can we go home?
Yes.
Sarah,
Please,
I have a
let's-
clarifying question.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so beasts, huh?
Uh-huh.
What's going on with Kralik right now?
You've always been able to talk to him.
No, but as in, if I speak a different language, can Kralik understand it? Because he's classified as a beast.
Yeah.
So Kralik can understand me in Sylvan?
Yeah. Sure. Why not?
Okay. Fuck, okay. Luckily, Kralik doesn't know that.
I just hear you saying things.
Yeah. You hear me speaking in common.
Yeah.
That's excellent. Okay.
He did wear the ear cuff for a while, so he's kind of used to just being able to understand just
Right.
anybody.
That's not something Noel put together or Kralik, but I just wanted to know for me.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
What a weirdo.
Shit.
All right. Whew. You guys ready to head back to the material plane?
Yes.
Yeah.
So am.
Does Bishop take us? Is he our guide, our ride?
Abso-fucking-lutely.
As we're getting ready to go, I say,
Hey, Bishop, Sandria, I got this thing I got to do with her. I got to get a thing right and then bring it back here. She said, talk to
I know
you
that.
about. Oh, okay. How do I get back? Cause like, I don't live here.
When you have it, summon me.
Okay. I will do that.
He nods and takes you to the teleportation chambers. And you are brought back home.
I'd like to make goose noises and call my boy Battle Rage Fang.
Rage Fang.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Give me a second. Let me find his character sheet.
Oh, Jesus.
They want to start a combat at 1/3.
I don't.
Hold on.
Oh, fuck. I'm trying to find it.
Yeah.
While you're trying to find it, this is just real simple. Yop kisses the ground and then runs inside screaming for Joshua.
Okay.
Could I make an animal handling check to call for him?
That was unnecessary because he does come charging through the grass and latches onto your leg, honking ferociously. He does not do any damage, though. That was the part that I was trying to figure out.
Okay, I kind of scritch his back a little bit. I'm sure he nips at me the whole
Yeah.
time. Yeah, just
Oh, who's a good boy? Look, he missed me so much.
That animal is irate.
What you mean?
Noel just looks at it. It is. Never mind.
He's just
Did he
excited.
tell you he was angry?
No.
Did you
No,
want me to talk to him?
No,
I can talk to animals. I just can't do plants.
Noel
And she
just
looks
puts
at her feet.
Noel puts his head down and starts walking inside, just shaking his head slowly.
Oh, right. We gotta do that paperwork for Yop. And
Mhm.
Lauren will follow Noah inside.
Oh, get out of here, you little scamp.
He does not.
Oh, you want to come inside? Okay, okay.
You're gonna have to throw that goose. You're gonna have to chuck that goose.
The goose comes through the door, and Missy meets it in the hall with a pistol.
Don't you dare.
She lowers it to you.
You wouldn't.
She tilts her head to the one side.
If you are willing to pay for it, then you may do as you wish.
I'd like
As
to
Noel's
see-
like rounding the corner.
I'd like
She
to see-
gestures with the pistol to get you to get the goose outside.
You don't have the guts.
She fires past you.
Shit. Which thing we gonna go?
It's still clamped on your leg, just hissing.
Yeah, we flee.
Yeah.
We flee the bullets.
She walks into the lobby and uses the butt of the pistol to tap a sign that says "No geese inside."
Best
What
investment we
type-
ever
what-
made. These
Oh my
geese.
god. What time of day is it when we arrive back in the material plane?
It feels as if it is early afternoon.
Okay.
All right.
Oh my god. There is a skull on my abacus under my name for Yop.
Oh my goodness.
Are we good? We good for tonight?